She's in the back. She's here, but all my back.
Please go in here. All right, we're going to call this meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great. Apologize for getting started a couple minutes late. We all just needed a bathroom break. We just came out of a pre-negotiation meeting under Minnesota statute, and we're going to go ahead and read our mission statement. In partnership with the communities, the mission of the Dover Clinton Fulton School District is to educate individuals in an environment of trust and respect so they become self-directed, responsible, lifelong learners. In the current state of the world, I want to remind people that we want to remind the public that we value each other's opinions and we can respectfully disagree with one another while conducting our meeting in a professional manner. So we ask no outbursts or gestures of approval or disapproval happen during the meeting. So thank you in advance for that. Okay, pledge of allegiance done, district mission statement done, roll call. Board members except Ronnie Tane, he is not available tonight, so we hope he stays safe and gets his sugar beets done. So let's see, any changes to the agenda?
Yeah, 9.3 snow removal contracts. Had just started that discussion. They've offered some, but I haven't had a chance to go through it with them. So
Okay.
we thought we'd table it till
All right,
next board meeting.
thank you. All right, we have a motion to adopt the agenda. Motion by David, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Nicole, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. All right, 5.1, public comments. You said there was no one wanting to speak tonight. 5.2, rebel recognition. Board members, any administration, anything to share?
Well, the seeding came out, so football was seeded #1. We'll play this Saturday. They'll play the winner of East Grand Forks, Thief River Falls game, which is tomorrow night. Volleyball team plays at home Wednesday night at 7 against Frazee. If they win, they'll play Friday night, but that will be on the road. It sounds like, so to be determined on that. It sounded like fall.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Perfect, thank
Congrats
you.
to
Yeah, absolutely. 6.1, special education report. Mary Ann, you are up. So you can go ahead and stand where Ronnie does
Okay,
there.
did you guys get a copy? I sent the email.
Yep.
If anybody needs a copy of that.
I didn't print one out. So.
If you have enough for that.
Yes.
Oops, yeah, we can share.
You guys have copies?
Here, you come right here, Marianne. I'll pass them down. You can start if you want.
I read it, I just didn't print it.
That's okay. I just want to say we currently have 295 students receiving special education services, and that's birth to 21. This is 9 less students than in May of 2021. So we in the fall, we usually get a lot of new move-ins, and then we get the move-outs, and it kind of balances out. So it's not too far off, and we've already started the process of students being referred for special education for various reasons, and so we're already into the thick of things with doing testing as well. Staffing, I don't like to announce anything at these meetings because usually I have a resignation the next day and someone goes, oh, you're fully staffed. I'm not fully staffed right now, so I don't have to worry about that, but no, still need to hire 2 special ed paraprofessionals, and that's for the high school. Do have an interview tomorrow, and I have another application and to call that person to set up the interview, so that's good. I'm happy about that, so we're doing okay. Special Ed Parent Advisory Committee meeting through the Minnesota Department of Ed. We're required to have one of those meetings at least once per year, and so we're having that on November 9th this year from 6 to 7 p.m. at the High School Media Center. Carrie Krebs and Heidi Hunter will be presenting on autism spectrum disorder, and this is open to all parents, teachers, school board members if you'd like to come. So Carrie Krebs, she is our ASD consultant, and then Heidi Hunter She's a speech therapist, but also she has a lot of background in ASD, and so they'll be doing a presentation on that. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. And a flyer went out with families today about that, and then I haven't talked to Tracy yet, but I'm gonna have Tracy put something on our Facebook page too about that, so we'll be doing that. Also just want to share, we have a STAR Autism Consultant that comes out once per month to observe and provide feedback to teachers. So like Rochelle Gilbert, she's our early childhood special ed teacher who works at the Dilworth site preschool. And also Carrie Krebs, she'll observe them working with some of our students that are on the autism spectrum and are usually nonverbal students, and she will observe them using the STAR program. It's very specific to those students, or to the students that need that, and so she'll provide that feedback and how they can improve their lessons with those students. And that's provided through Lakes Country Service Cooperative through their low incidence, so it is free to our district, so kind of an extra bonus. Just want to say I've been working on my first round of special ed teacher evaluations. This year I have 8 non-tenured special ed teachers and 5 tenured teachers on the rotation, and so I have 2 teachers left for the non-tenured. Otherwise, I'm up to date on my eval as of right now, and I'll start my second round come December. I just wanted to share, I have monthly MDE Special Education Directors Forum and Region 4 Directors meetings once per month. These meetings provide a review of the latest information and to preview upcoming events of importance to Minnesota students receiving special education services, educators, and administrators. This year, the meetings continue to be online. We used to always either go to the cities and also to Fergus Falls for those meetings, but they're still online because of COVID, and it's really nice. I hate to drive to the cities for a 5-hour meeting, or even drive to Fergus for a 2-hour meeting or a 4-hour meeting, whatever it is. So that's kind of nice. And then this week I do have the Minnesota Administrators of Special Education. We have our fall conference this week, and so I'll be gone Thursday, Friday at the fall conference for Mays, and that's in Brainerd. So they have usually a fall and a spring conference, and I try to go to at least one of them. It's a lot of great information, and they have different presenters on different topics, and also they always have a lawyers group there talking about the latest updates on the law too, and it just helps keep us in compliance of what we're doing here at DGF. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Thank you. Thank you, Marianne. 6.2 Board Committee Reports. David, do we want to just give a brief update, or?
Maybe just that.
Yeah, just, we met.
We met.
We met.
We met to discuss negotiation. So,
Any other meetings?
policy.
We had policy last.
Oh, policy over.
Not much changes to the
No,
policies. There was one that had one red line thing that was in statute, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That was 414. So otherwise,
yeah, they were
Yeah,
kind of
because
the
we went last week,
ring.
I was like, I haven't got anything from last week.
Yeah,
it's 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks ago, yeah. But it was policy, and there was just nothing, yeah. Pretty standard.
All right, 6.3 Superintendent Report.
Yeah, just, I shared with you a lot, but I put some of these on there. Of course, I shared with you guys on Friday in my weekly updates, but I put it here because then the public can kind of hear where we're at as well, not just you guys. So the auditors were here last week. I have a meeting tomorrow with Derek from Mike Bailey and Marcus, our business manager, so we'll go through with them. When I met with them Thursday afternoon, they said things are going really well. They have nothing, no red flags necessarily. So tomorrow should go well with that conversation. They're hoping to have everything done. So on our first December board meeting, that they can do a presentation. That's their tentative plan as of right now. I said, well, that's kind of important because then we got to have our truth and taxation and all that stuff too the following week, or the 2 weeks later. So that's how that looks, but they did say things were checking out and everything they were checking into made sense, so that was good. Rental house, the forklift. The backhoe came today, and within an hour and a half, there's no house, poof, it's gone. But there's some tree stuff and cleanup, so they're gonna be there again tomorrow. They said for sure by Wednesday, it'll just be leveled and all taken care of, even tomorrow afternoon. I took a picture today because it was like, oh, I didn't get out there and it's already gone, so.
I do have a video.
Yeah, so, yeah, there we go. So, yeah, video updates later. But anyway, so that's getting taken care of, so that's nice. Construction update, I did share with you guys a few things. We met a week ago with the architect and contractors, Comstock and JLG, so we've had further discussions. Too, I shared with some concerns that we have moving forward with some kitchen space, so we're still in discussion or what that might look like. So anyway, otherwise we are moving forward. Again, the demolition of the house was a part of the deal, and steel's going up in Dilworth, and things are starting to happen here too. Parking lot's getting in down here by the gym, so yep.
Was Lee's partner, I forgot his name.
Dan Miller.
Dan, was he able to get you back some of the things he said he was gonna follow up by early this week?
Not at this time, no, he hasn't got back to me yet, so. Yeah, I have a few items for Dan too, so we'll have some conversation here soon. So, yep, no, good question. Certified negotiations, and that's our first meeting is tonight. So if people in the community are wondering, hey, the teachers, are we done? Well, we're getting that started tonight, so hopefully it'll be done. But you just never know, right, Lindsay?
Right.
Anyway, so that's about to start. I do appreciate, and I do mean this, I appreciate the board and the teachers group being patient because of me coming on when it came in July, when we have a construction project, we have a lot of moving parts, so I appreciate their patience. And you guys too as a board to say, hey, let's see if we can get our feet wet a little bit before we start getting into that. So thank you to everybody there. COVID number, just want to share, as of today, it was 10. It was 7 on Friday, so we're still staying in that good number, and we're super thankful for that. Yeah, questions? I did talk to Ronnie today, so I called him and talked to him, so yeah, he said, oh, he's good, he's just busy, so anyway. Anything from anybody else?
Just wondering, do you have any construction update on the floor in the gym? The insurance company?
Okay, yeah, good point. They are talking, the insurance companies, both Comstock's insurance and our insurance have been contacted. They are talking, they both said they were going to get in contact with each other. I haven't followed up today whether that's happened, but it sounds like they've both been notified. They both know they have to come look at it. They're going to adjust it and whatnot. I did share that we have some mold in there. Schematic is going to come and take care of it. It has been cleaned, it has been sprayed, so but there's still a little odor in the air and it's not perfect. We did seal it back up, and Schematic will be there a week from today to clean it and get rid of all of that. So, yeah. So there'll be some finding, I'm sure, with the floor. The insurance people will chit chat. And like I shared with you guys, there was a lot of photos taken when that water came in.
Mm-hmm.
So the insurance companies are both going to be able to see, okay, that's what it was. Here's what's happening now. Who's responsible? Was it the construction? Was it something else? Anyway. Yep.
Appreciate that. Thank
Yeah.
you. Any other questions, team? No? All right, 7.1, this is the approval of our regular meeting on October 11th. Do we have a motion? Motion by Laura, is there a second?
Second.
Oops, sorry. I think I heard Amy first. Yeah. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, 7.2, this is our special meeting, October 18, 2021. Do we have a motion? Motion by Brittany, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Nicole. Just so the public is aware, this was a construction meeting that the board held with JLG and Comstock. We had to move out of this room. It's audio recorded if anybody wants to listen to it. This room was about 110 degrees last Monday. What we were doing is just having the board have some dialogue with our construction management firm and JLG about concerns we were having or hearing and some construction updates. I feel like we were able to have a good session with them and hope to hear back on some things. So anybody else want to add anything before we vote on that?
Did you have an OAC meeting last Thursday?
Yes.
And was Dan there?
Dan was not, but
Okay.
Lee was there. Lee and
Okay,
Mike, yeah.
just curious.
He was there.
So if anybody wants to listen to it, it's on the school website. All right, any other questions, discussions, or thoughts? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, claims and accounts, Laura?
$1,953,629.05.
All right, also included in your packet is the treasurer's monthly budget report. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion by Nicole, is there a second?
Second.
Second by David. Any further questions or discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 9.1, extended day field trip. This is for the high school band and choir to go to Florida this March. They'd be gone from March 31st to April 5th. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Amy, is there a second?
Second.
Second by David. Any questions or discussion?
Where in Florida are they going?
I have not heard yet.
Is it okay if we ask Mr. Lepard? He is here for this exact question.
Absolutely.
I can't remember, so I apologize.
We're here too. Yeah, we're here too.
Okay.
So we have, I've asked Matt Andreessen and Josh Ardo to be here too, to talk more specific details about the trip, but it's March 31 to April 5th. It is a Disney type of agenda. I've asked them to come up with a couple places, other high schools to do some visits and getting to know some other kids in other high schools. They're in the planning of that. What else am I missing there? Probably about it.
So it's Orlando?
Yeah.
It's
so
Orlando,
Be
yep.
Orlando.
Talked with the site team at the high school, and one of my reservations, not as far as during the school year, is what do we do, because it's a significant number of kids that leave the high school. What are we gonna do with everybody else that's here? And so I want it to be productive for the kids on the trip, but as well productive for our kids that are still back at the high school. So we're looking at some options and things that we can do with that too. We have a few months yet to plan some of those things. But I'm excited for our kids to have the opportunity.
Thank you. All right, any other questions? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 9.2, this is the second reading of the policies. 410, family and medical leave policy. 414, mandated reporting of child neglect or physical or sexual abuse. 415, mandated reporting of maltreatment of vulnerable adults. 419, tobacco-free environment. 503, student attendance. 506, student discipline. 514, bullying prohibition policy. 515, protection and privacy of pupil records. 515, protection and privacy of pupil records form. And 520, student surveys. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Nicole, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Brittany. Any questions or discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 9.3, we're going to table this. Do we need, I can't remember, do I need a motion to
I
table?
think we've moved it out of the agenda.
Oh,
Start.
Yeah, we
That's
have
right.
already done that.
Oh, we've already done that, all right.
That's right.
We haven't had to do that for a long time. In my rule book. Where's my rule
This
book?
is Robert's rules like that.
Yeah. 9.4, this is a stipend paid to Joe O'Keefe, our athletic director. Do we have a motion to approve?
So,
Brittany, is there a second?
second.
Second by David. Any questions or discussion for Shannon?
You maybe want to give a little background on
Yep.
that? or-
Sure
I know
can.
we spoke on it.
So, I just was surprised at how this has been handled in the past and asked how it gets paid, and there is nothing to pay a person. So I said, okay, how many years have you been on the job? And I guess my history, wherever I've been, and I was an AD for 7 years, so I know what that looked like. I know the time commitment and away from your family and everybody else. And so when I looked into it more, there was just nothing there. It just isn't right, in my opinion. Yes, he gets paid some supervision, but so did other, but and it just, as you guys know, if you see him, he's everywhere. And he does a phenomenal job of managing the facility and just everything that goes along with the AD job. basically what I did is in the past, in this district, the AD used to get a percentage of the base salary and the years of experience. So I knew that because I was here before. So that's where I went back to. I looked at where he's at, how many years he was the AD, so there's a rationale here. So as we move forward into next year and the years to come, if we hire an AD, this is how I'd like to move forward with it. That's why I set this up this way. Because Joe and I have had a lot of conversations about this position and this principal position he'll have next year. So in any case, that's kind of where it came up. So you can see that it's 20% of VA step 10, and that's because he has 10 years of experience. That's why I put him there. And that's the dollar amount that comes to 10,000. So basically, he's been at it for 10 years. He gets $1,000 a year. Thanks, Joe. It's one of those things where when you have people that are going above and beyond and doing their job and doing it well and never ask for it, because he came to me when I said, I want to do this, he said, you don't have to do it. And I said, you're right, I don't. Anyway, here we are.
All right, any other discussion or questions? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. All right, next board meeting. This will be slated for Monday, November 8th at 6 p.m. here in the high school media center, following with personnel after the meeting. The agenda for that will be sent out by Brooke prior to that meeting, so personnel will meet after. Any other things we need to go over quickly? David and I will be, we're going to take 5 minutes after the meeting, and then we're going to start negotiations with teachers unions. So other than that, if anybody has not reached out to Brooke in regards to leadership conference in January, please do so. We can always cancel rooms if we need to, if you're on the fence if you're going to go or not. So, all right, it is 6:23. Meeting's adjourned.
Gold star.
You want to keep that going?
No, we turn it off.
We planned it this way because we thought it would be warm in here again. We wouldn't be done.
It is crazy.
No, it's
I
not.
know, I felt bad for not taking my coat off, so when I came in, I was like, it is
Yeah,
not
I
hot
have-
temperature that I expected.
Sure. Because the
Well, that's
report from the
work,
special
yeah.
program was